Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues, and today we are taking a look at the Dark Knight Rises Movie Master Batman from Mattel. And I was able to find this Batman. He's going to be one of the figures that is going to be pretty much relatively easy to find right now on the store shelves. Bane would be second, and then Alfred, like I said, is going to be one of the harder ones. Now, I know after I did my Alfred review, some people have said, oh, I've seen, you know, 6 or 7 Alfreds on these store shelves. I think it's based on location, depending on how many boxes the particular stores order for their store shelves. So if you have a larger Walmart, Toys R Us, whatever it be, well, depending on how many pegs that they have, and those pegs are determined size-wise about how many cases they're going to get. So like I said, there's going to be like 3 Batman in a case, 2 Banes, and 1 Alfred per case or box. So if you see multiple Alfreds, you can kind of count how many cases came to that particular store, as there's only 1 case for Alfred. I think this is a decent looking Batman. I think I kind of like the Batman Begins Movie Master just a little bit better. I think I like that suit overall better. Although, I understand keeping things real in the Nolan universe, that this would be more of an accurate type suit that Batman would wear. But and this is the exact same figure from the Dark Knight Movie Masters that we've got in 2008, I believe, is when that came out. So it has the general same range of motion as all the other Movie Masters, and pretty much the DCUC figures, although the Movie Masters don't really have an ab crunch. Actually, as I say that, yes, they do. I'm looking at it. It didn't appear that he did with the way the suit was. I thought, well, Bane did. But yes, so all general standard DCUC articulation. It's a good figure. There's not a whole lot going on because everything is really dark and black. Although you could see some of the gray in the pads. The bat is the only thing I really don't like. That even from this far back, and even in the movie, it's always really hard to see the bat symbol in here. I thought it showed up much better in Batman Begins, and the way it kind of indents in here, you kind of lose the bat symbol, if you will, on the suit, even in the Dark Knight movie, and I'm sure in the Dark Knight Rises the same thing is going to be said about that. Now, I don't know if the camera could pick this up. I'm really hoping that it can. I'll do it once with the lights on, lights off. Can you see his eyeballs? What direction are his eyes looking? Well, they look mostly white here. His pupils are looking up, like he's looking at something up in the air. I showed this to my wife. I'll turn the lights off here real quick. Can you see the pupils in his eyes? It looks like he's going, hey, what's that? There's something up in the air. So if you have a figure standing in front of him, even though you're really not going to be able to tell that way, me just knowing it, it looks like he's looking up this direction. So if you've got him standing on your shelf in front, facing forward, that just kind of drives me nuts a little bit that they didn't put his eyeballs down just a little bit. So that bothers me just a little bit on the figure. And it's one of those that when I picked this up off the shelf, I thought, oh, maybe it's just this figure, they painted this particular one wrong. No, it's every single figure on the store shelf. So if you have one of these, take a look at his eyeballs, and you can tell that he's looking this way, as opposed to straight forward. So that's a little bummer. I mean, the paint work is nice. It's kind of hard to do a whole lot on a figure that's black. And I get they're going for the real world look here, but I think you could have had him in a gray suit, pretty much like the new 52 Batman, a grayish or a dark gray suit, and kind of leave him. I mean, if Superman's going to be running around in red and blue, I don't think Batman easily could have been in gray rather than black. I'm not a real fan of the all black looking Batman. I mean, I get for the movie, blah, 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 but I prefer my Batman to have some color. So, but I mean, I think it's a nice looking figure. It's nice to have Batman. But this is kind of along the lines when I bought the Young Justice. The big reason why I really wanted the Movie Masters was because of the bat signal. Like many of us, a lot of us have a lot of different Batman action figures. And before we do the signal real quick, I did want to bring up, as I kind of see him here, I brought out some other Batmen. So we kind of hit the back of it. Here's the Young Justice Batman, which is the standard DC UC size. And then we have the DC Superheroes Batman. So you can see the height difference. And this Batman is the smallest of the three. So I really wish Mattel, when they were doing their Movie Masters, would have made them in the DC UC size. That would have made them set a lot better in line with all of the other heroes and things that you have on your shelf. So they kind of look a little bit off scale. I do have my Commissioner Gordon and Alfred standing with some of my DC UC figures, and I'm kind of like, well, they're in their superhero costumes, so they're supposed to be taller than the average person. But if you just have your Movie Masters kind of like off to the side with the other figures, I think it will work, you know, just as well. So, like I said, the big reason why I really wanted this line of Movie Masters is that we were going to get a collect and connect bat signal, which I think is going to be really, really good to have with any of your Batman figures. And this is the piece that we get with Batman, is one of the bottom pieces. There's one more that Catwoman will get. So this just pegs right in here. Now if I can find the right spot, I think this just turns all the way around. I don't think there's a... No, it should just pop straight in. And there it is. And that is allowed to spin, but you can see the, let me turn the light off here. You can see the grime and scuff marks that are supposed to be painted on here to kind of give it that worn and used look. Like I said, there's even some stains on the metal, even though none of this is metal, but it's supposed to represent that. So I think this is going to be a nice, impressive piece. And I really, really hope that I'm able to find Catwoman and Blake, John Blake, I think that's his name, and then the mystery figure, which I'm assuming is going to be Ra's al Ghul. That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. There is also a repaint, Walmart exclusive, of Commissioner Gordon, where you get a broken bat signal piece for the front of it, and he comes with an axe. And, you know, at the end of the Dark Knight, Commissioner Gordon is smashing the bat signal. So you could swap out the good lens for the busted, shattered lens if you wanted to recreate, you know, that scene. So put the lights back on here. So that's pretty much going to do it for Batman here. Pretty simple figure. It's a nice looking figure. There's not a whole lot going on there. I think far as detail wise, Bane has been the has had the most detail from this first wave that we're getting. Some people are finding Catwoman in stores right now, and she's coming up with goggles up and goggles down version. So depending on which way that you like her, I'll probably try and hopefully find her with goggles up. But we'll see. But like I said, this is going to end this review for the Dark Knight Rises Movie Masters Batman here. And we have 3 pieces of the bat signal completed. So hopefully it doesn't take as long as building the Hall of Justice for the Young Justice figures. But as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues signing off and saying we will see you guys next time.